The leader rubbed his eyes. I thought I was wrong. Ooh, it's really kissing the heavy yin beast to surround lore. Is this your prey? Did you actually defeat the kissing beast? You are amazing, lore, blushing. No, this is shooting. Don't thank Lol for giving me his prey. Dillis rushed to say. Simple Lol's brain is down again. He was about to deny. Dillis threw him a fine sheep's head. Smile smartly. Thank you for sending me. Lol froze and caught a snake in Jinchikino's left hand. Dragging a wild boar with his right hand, carrying a deer on his back, entered the tribal gate full of it and went home. The British beasts are still chatting in front of Lore. Wow, Wulor actually sent prey to that snake clan. Female, do you like him? Lol asks the puppet cat. Lol's face is getting redder and redder. Then I suddenly remembered, oops. I still don't know what the female is called. Females alone can kill herds of wild boars. He's so good. Do you think you are too weak? Ying Ying has already conspired. Dillis comes home. Swallow all the low-grade fertilization. And Telos, Kino said, and started rolling all over the floor. I know Dilith is going to upgrade. Kino took the initiative to stand guard outside the door and prepare dinner, by the way. Telos hated fire. When Kino cooks, he will never be discharged from the hospital. So I stayed in the house and watched Dilith level up. Dillis has turned into a snake in pain. He felt as if he had swollen dozens of times. The whole snake sinks and rises. The snake skin hurts. It feels like it's about to crack. Dillis rolled on the ground. Tighten the tail from time to time. It's like enduring some pain. Although Telos, been through this many times. But it's hard to see Dilith. I also became irritable. He took shape and picked up Dilith's head. Put it on your knee, gently stroking Dilith's head. Her long satin hair fell down. The expression is still light, but Dilith felt her deep comfort. Feel the cold and smooth hair. Finally slowly relaxed. The snake's tail wrapped around Tylos's waist. Finally quiet for a while. Nox decomposes the sow. Bake section by section. Feed Dillis while it's hot. Dillis was eating bite by bite. Nox knows how to take care of females. The cup he made of bamboo became warm water. I see Dilith swallowing slowly. Just give him a sip of water. The temperature is just right in the range that snakes like. It's rare that Telos doesn't show hostility to Kino. Two males sharing a roof. Dilith says it is very revitalized. Dilith was well cared for all night. It can be said that this is the most comfortable upgrade for him. I just rolled around the house for 2 days. Dilith's snakeskin is gradually wrinkling. At noon on the third day, he was finally going to start molting. Telos is out the door. Leave enough room for Dilith. In the yard under the sun, and Nox stared at him. Telos black, long, straight, white skin, thin. Kenobi short, straight, black skin, swordsmanship. The two veterinarians looked at each other seriously. They complained to each other. How could the little snake like him? How could Gowling Dillis like this thing? Dillis is not shy about taking it all. Thank you for coming to the city walls here. An eagle beast was lying on the platform sadly. 2 wings clutching their heads in pain. It's been 3 days. I haven't seen the female for 3 days. Every day a female goes out in the morning or evening. Go play in the flower field. Or the hawk will take him for a ride. He met almost all the females in the tribe. Just missing Dillis. What happened to Dillis? Did something happen? Bah, the eagle beast pecked the crow's beak a few times on the platform. How can a crow's beak curse a female? Why don't females leave the house? Do you think he is too weak to see him again? Because the beast's head is on the ground. Dong dong dong. Other orcs on the platform have strange expressions. Look at Lowell. Lore, do you want to see the clan doctor? Lori shook his head in grief. Semi-animalistic he-weaving monkey king. The orcs under the city wall exclaimed again and again. It's the snake-footed female. Snake female is so beautiful. He is the most beautiful female I have ever seen. Lore got up with a bounce. People consciously give up away on the avenue. Lol's eyes went straight. Smooth black hair down to her waist. Fair skin. Thin willow eyebrows. Big and pure eyes. A pair of nostrils like one out of the corner of the eye. He also has a beautiful feminine nose. Lol's heart is beating faster and faster. Dilith is in better shape. Previous hot kids. Now it has grown into white fruit. Dilith is still wearing a hip-wrap dress hanging by the neck. Increased his bust and hips. Because riding a white tiger? So you can only sit on one side? However, this posture shows his demonic style even more. His skin glowed white in the sun. He flipped his hair. I don't know what I heard. He looked up and laughed, revealing 2 rows of white teeth. Laura falls off the city wall. Others, because of the seeing, hurry up and help him with a nosebleed. It's hot and heat stroke, go and call Suichi. Today is the official departure day of the Huanyan team. Open space in the square, full of males going to the North Sea this time. Only a dozen females were transferred to Beihai, all carried by their own males. And Daleth is no exception. Other males who are not carrying females on their backs go to the leader. Lords are some needed beasts. Skin and smoked jerky. Several captains leading the team, usually the strongest among the recipients. They are responsible for keeping the frightened. Mainland tribes need to use these things. Swap salt with the seaside tribes of the North Sea. And needed seafish skin. And some seafood. Of course, with luck. You can also exchange magnetism with other tribes. Delease after 2 days of upgraded climate. Successfully returns a layer of snake and returns to blue pattern. When I wake up, there is only 1 day left until the departure for a change of face. He retreated with his newly retired snake. Made 2 shorts each for Kino and Telos. Left. The next one has been made into a single shoulder that everyone would use in their previous life. Carries one herself. Teros carries one. The animal-shaped Kino hangs one around his neck. Telos has no luggage. His wealth is in his own age. He has a lot of anti-aging space, as long as it is something smaller than the anti-aging mouth. Can be packed in. Of course, Dilith's luggage for traveling can also be packed in, but Dilith didn't do it. Is this single bag used to hold things? This is the feeling of tourism. In order to maintain the ritual of tourism, Dilith trying to put something usable in the bag. Like clothes. Clothes are not often stuffed into Telos's anti-aging. Like, did he eat it all? For example, Saltbuckno brought. The water belt Kino also brought, for example. Forget it. In the end, Dilith was carrying an empty bag, riding Kino to the square. Because Dilith is this rejuvenation. The few females in the team. So he and a few other females stand together at the front of the line. Dilith takes advantage of her appearance and clothing. Successfully attract the attention of the beasts, only because of the presence of the rumored Telos. Lee Beast Sense looked at Dilith openly. But the females aren't scared. It started as early as Dilith came to the front of the line. He noticed a small group of females not far away. Keep whispering. The head of state, you can't hear anything on stage. Not exactly. It's the other 3 females. Been complimenting the one in the middle. Female with sea blue curly hair. Deli, your hair is as beautiful as the sea. And mine is frizzy. How do you protect your hair? To lift his flowing waves. Innate power. The skin is as white as a newborn baby. How is this possible? Touch your face gently. Born. Dilith is irritable. When can't Melon praise? I have to praise it now. Dilith really wants to listen to what Chief Yuan said. After all, this is a group tour of Beihai. She's looking forward to it, okay? Dilith was a little upset by the noise. Just eyebrow flying. The color dancer learns to speak with 3 small magnets. She sat sideways on Kino's back. Tiro stood next to Nox as a backrest for her. An ordinary tiger rider. Let Dilith ride. Emrys. This scene managed to attract Deli's attention. He went over and glanced up and down at Dilith. His eyes were fixed on Deliz's chest. I can't help but puff out my chest. You are new here, Deli asked with a frown. Still high and mighty. Dilith also looked at him for 2 seconds, seeing Deli staring at him like a peacock. Silently turned his head back. He didn't call his name. Who knows who he's talking to? Deli was speechless, but because Chief Yuanho was speaking, so it didn't happen. The Huanyan team officially sets off. Each team, there is a high-level leader. The females all gather in a small team to take care of, led by the wolf leader. Wolves this year, the leader's son, Rachel, was also on the team. He's a 1-year-old kiss wolf. Dilith couldn't help but sigh. Sure enough, it is the collection of talents in the big tribe. As an adult, it is Green Wen who kisses too. Common, too curly, too curly. Dilith was smug. I have been green as an adult. How intentional. It looks good now. Is a confident trash. The temperature in Dayanji is too high. Dilith got up late in the morning. The team departed early. Dilith was afraid of being late and didn't even eat breakfast. She eats a lot. People are like iron and rice is like steel. Hungry without a meal. Dilith is hungry and flustered. Nox was carrying her. Telos kept coming from his own jungle. Take out the jerky. Give her 1, 2, 3. Like a zookeeper feeding the penguins. It's still delicious to try the jerky once in a while. Pride can also relieve boredom. Dilith ate as long as the line went. When the team starts to rest in the morning, the females are concentrated in, resting under the most lush tree. When it first came out, the females are so excited. It's been drowned out by the sun. Paper filling, sweet males. For their significant others. One of them looks like a small watermelon. The leather is green. The pulp is red. The seeds inside are like watermelons. There are so many seeds. Sweet males pick out watermelon seeds for significant others. Pick one by one. I also picked and enjoyed it. Dilith was shocked. This is a modern model boyfriend. Is this the privilege of being a rare race? What about Cece's preferential treatment? Dilith, who loves to compare. Instantly the whole thing is not calm. A timid female eating a watermelon. I can't stand Dilith's strong eyes. He carefully handed out his melon. That you try? Dilith took the watermelon. It's not good to say. I'm so sorry, but the body is honest. Cowardly female with a clean face. Why don't you look at your own expression and talk? I just got it. A big hand takes the melon away. Back to the timid female. The melon in hand flew like this. Dilith is heartbroken. Half bigger next moment. And you've picked a good one. Nox put it in his hand. If Dilith had a tail now. He is already at 8 to 8. He went crazy and hammered out the timid magnetic heart and took a look. It's back in my hands. The smile on my face is very real. My name is Arya. What's your name? Dilith opens her bloody mouth. Take a bite of a melon rind. Then tear it up viciously. Arya looked confused when I didn't ask. Quick, silky, bald half watermelon. Dilith does it right in 1 second. Gracefully gnawed on the watermelon. Then gently reply to him, Dilith. Finished a sweet fruit. Dilys wiped the sweat from her face, looking at every plant outside. It's like an enlarged version of modern vegetation. And of course, Dilith is a human enlargement. He is now estimated to be over 1.8 meters, almost on a par with other females. Dilys suddenly thought of something. He looked at Telos and Kino. Apparently the two beasts are also on guard for something. Be on guard against the stone beast you met before. Jellyfish and Zen vines. The reason why they didn't talk to Luke Surf. Lua's people mentioned, I'm afraid they won't believe it. Of course, if in the process of this rejuvenation can encounter similar dangers. That's fine. Is there a witness beast after all? Where are the sweet fruits picked? It's been eating all morning and Dilith hasn't had enough. He decided to sneak away to a deserted place. Hurry up and hide. Nox took Dilith with him. Go to the picking place of the fruit. The weather is hot, Telos. Although it has better heat resistance than Dilith, but still irritated by the heat. But he doesn't want to leave significant others. So I followed Dilith. Rachel called out to him that the sun was hot right now. You can't walk outside. You'll get sunburned. The person who stopped him was a handsome boy with silver hair. It's about 2 meters tall, because Dilith is very concerned about the wolf leader. So I know this is Rachel, the son of the wolf chief. It doesn't matter. Snake females are strong. Not afraid of Dilith. Show him. Show yourself that you only have some reddish arms. Rachel felt like she could smell the females. Sweet taste. But Rachel's gaze, it stayed on Dilith's arm. Tyros couldn't help but tighten his tail. Such a strong son. Even Rachel can't stand standing for so long. Dilith can take it. Rachel had to admit the power of mercy. Just in case, you'd better go back and take the female what you want to eat. Let your significant others help you. Or if they don't want to, I can help you too. Rachel wanted to just say he helped. But look at Telos' already taut tail. And Kino's bared tiger teeth. A scandal and a blue text. He was too scared to take the risk. It's kung fu when they talk. Standing in the sun. Dilith is afraid of heat. It's a test of mentality after being exposed to the sun for a long time. He's slightly irritable. Thank you for your concern, Rachel. But I really want to go to the fruit field to see. My significant others will take care of me. Don't worry about it. Not sure what Rachel meant. In the end, he is afraid that his father is the team leader. Dilith said goodbye politely. Went to the field of fruits. Fruit grows on trees. The tree is not tall. Dilith can reach to the top of the tree. There are still many people picking here. The fruit is for significant others. Although Dilith likes to eat vegetarian food. But he is a snake. Only by eating meat can you feel full. Apples can only be used as dessert. He found a tree to sit under. Tyros put all. Take out all the grain reserves for Dilith to eat. The joy of joining the tribe is short. They hunt for relatively short periods of time. So there is very little food in stock. Dilith eats as much as the males again. So after Dilith had eaten a meal, they've run out of food, basically. Oops, travel is even a problem with eating. While there is still some time to go, Tylos went hunting. Big Rock was short of water. Dilith and Telos are snake beasts, especially afraid of heat. So there's a huge demand for water. But if he leaves, there are no significant others around Dilith. It doesn't matter. Don't you believe in my strength? Although he is not qualified to say that. But if you have no significant others, there will be many other males to bother you. Dilith flicked her hair and said hi proudly. The following blue text is not considered. Dilith's mate selection criteria are simple. The most basic condition is to be stronger than him. Enough to conquer him. Nox was a little disappointed. He didn't know why he was disappointed. Maybe it's because of Dilith's obvious statement. Some heartless speeches. Snake cold blood. Dilith as a powerful word for painting. Will inherit the cold blood of seeing snakes. Nox wasn't surprised. But, so clearly aware of his significant other. I don't have deep feelings. Nox still feels stuffy in his chest. Kino finally went to fetch water. Dilith is bored to stay. Just rely on Shujime. But as the saying goes, keep warm and silky. It is easy to doze off when you are full. It's true for people and snakes. After a while, Dilith was drowsy. Of course, he didn't dare to fall asleep, but vigilance inevitably drops. A slightly smaller eagle in the sky. Plop fly. He's been exposed to the sun for too long. And because of the low level and poor resistance. By this time, he had been exposed to the sun and was steaming hot all over his body. Zoomies. I hurried to find Dilith. The result is that Dilith left with the team of rejuvenation. He had to go and beg his father, the British leader. Sorry, this is also a relationship account. The strong are respected. It means as long as it is strong enough, you will have status in the tribe. Lore's level is only the rate. Joining Huanyan's team is not qualified. But Lore assured his father, he comes back in 2 months. Must rise to kiss. In fact, Luor is about to upgrade soon. The longevity lines between the stems of his neck have begun to glow. Father is also because of this. I reluctantly agreed to his joining. When Luor found it, from a distance I saw Dilith sleeping by the tree. Not far away there are a few males quietly watching him. An orc leapt forward with a sweet fruit. Lore was pissed off. And Dilith was sweating all over her hot face. He simply turned into an animal. Don't care about yourself. It's smoking from the sun. Staring at 2 short legs and running over. Spread your wings and block all the sun for Dilith. The eyes turned from red to black. The temperature around has gotten a lot cooler. Dilith opened her eyes. I saw an eagle standing in front of me. There is also a tuft of white hair on the eagle's head. At this moment, this little eagle beast was shocked. Strong eyes. If you didn't know he was blocking himself from the sun, Dillis had to think he was looking up to him. Dillis looked at Lore for a moment, until Lore finally got lucky. Climb up the cheek again. Lore had to rejoice. Fortunately, I am the birthday girl now. Otherwise, you will make a fool of yourself in front of the female. Dillis suddenly grabbed Lore's outstretched wing. Turn it over, lift it up and put it down. Lore's brain is blooming. Just let Dillis fiddle up and down. His wings, Lol's face is really getting ripe. He felt his face hotter than the sun. I want to withdraw my wings, but I'm afraid to upset the female. I want to talk, but I'm a beast and can't speak. Therefore, simple Lore is at the mercy of Dilith. I'll take a look at the feathers in a while. Where is the bone that pinches the wing in a while? Flight simulator for a while. Finally stopped. The old god Dillis is nodding. Then he exclaimed that nature is amazing. Lore Montforce, what is nature? This little thing. To be able to become such a handsome big man. Lore, what are you doing here? Rachel came back with a handful of simps. Stand not far away and say. Lore lowered her wings and hid until she took human form after surgery. Quickly put on your animal skin skirt. Father asked me to experience. Rachel chuckled softly. You don't look like Lillian at all. It seems like I'm here to ask for help. At this point, Rachel had already put the fruit in his hand is handed to Dillis. Lore came out of surgery not to be outdone. He quietly blocked the depth of Dillis. What about you? You seem to be here too. Rachel didn't answer him. Instead, he said he would enter the northern forest in a few days. Lol, you are still just a green post. Team leader, aren't you afraid that his only child will be lost like this? Being looked down upon by Rachel in front of a female. It's unbearable for a male. Lord Angie and Rachel start bickering. The two little kids started fighting with their mouths mixed with each other. Knocks to Dillis cop. Never mind when the males fight. They're just taking the opportunity to show the female. Fighting with each other. Serious injury at most. Of course, there will also be insignificant males. Shooter kills opponent, but these are rare cases. Anyway, let the little kids fight. Don't worry about him. The sun is getting hotter. There are only a few orcs left near the sweet fruit tree. Basically, it will be done after picking a few. Occasionally, one or two linger here. It's all to see Dillis. Dilith is interested. Watching Ichiro fight. Maybe you can learn some fighting skills from it. And I don't know for how long. Wait until Dillis is finally distracted. When looking around, there is no trace of the fruit tree area. Except for the three of them, etc. Was that vine here just now? Dillis remembers. He wasn't that close to Lore, was he? He acts as if he doesn't know anything. Start looking around. Several more vines were found. They all seem to have changed positions. Can't remember. After all, it was not accepted. Boring watching where the vines grow. Turn around. Sure enough, the first vine to notice. A little closer to Lore again. This is Kino and Tiros coming back one after the other. Telos slaps off Lol and Rachel with his tail. Kino filled all the water bags. Telos brought back only one bag of gold. No prey. Dillis Yijin. He fires around quickly. Quickly put the gold of Telos hidden in his anti-aging. What about the prey? Telos shook his head. That area is taken over by plants on the ground. Dillis instantly understood what it meant. Where does the gold come from? Dillis Road took a breath of turbid air. There are at least 200 gold in this generation. Don't look at the low gold level. People have a lot of leftovers. Where is Tylos going hunting? That's a group fight. They return to the tribal retreat. There are a few orcs in charge of reconnaissance. Reporting to the wolf chief. I don't know what to say. The wolf leader frowned. Rachel was also listening. He is obviously not as old as his father. I'm already asking questions. There are several parts of speech here in the female training ground. Are you calm? My significant other hasn't come back yet. Mine is also a snake. Females are cold and heartless. The females are afraid of him, but no more than significant others. Still have the guts of a female to ask Dillis. Dillis, have you seen any significant others? He also went hunting. Dillis looked at Telos. Telos shook his head. Dillis. My significant other went to the field to pick fruit for me, but he never came back. Dillis, be silent. I already have the answer in my heart. It must be the ghost of that cicada's vine island again. But he decided to hide it anyway. There is no small magnetic sound. Ask another female. Nox and Telos are both lost. Did not speak, but Kino was not as calm as he seemed. Kino grew up in a tribe. Has been groomed as a leadership candidate. He grew up with a strong sense of tribal responsibility. Even if he is in Nuxer now, just an ordinary orc. Nox still can't ignore this sense of responsibility. But now he's robbed. It's time to take care of Dilith's feelings. Know that you should take care of your family. But he is for Nuxer. Nothing has the voiceover. Nox was torn. Dillis, after all, it has been struggling in human society for a few years. Nox thought he was hiding it well. But Dilith still saw it. He didn't want to pay attention to Kino. I thought about it and suddenly had an idea. Maybe make Kino a little stronger. Be a petty official in the tribe or something. Isn't he also a relationship account by then? Haha, so Dillis with a little plan. Call Tylos alone. Telos, I have an idea. Telos nodded. Fast connection. Dilith even suspected. Did this guy listen? What are you talking about? Or what does the wife say? It's pure love brain behavior. Forget it, the love brain is okay. Fool without loss. Dillis goes on. Do you remember the leader's gold? Attack me! Tilo's eyes turned to tree ketones. The snake vomited. Not again. We're now in the Nux tribe. I really think he's a good tribe. I also hope to stay, but I always have this delusion. The leader is not friendly to me, and he and the wolf leader share a significant other advantage. Delhi's leopard is Zwin. I'm afraid the status of firecrackers is not low. Do the math. Chiefs have a lot of power. Tilos paused for a moment. Seems to be thinking, and nod just in case, you know? Between the three of us, only Kino is familiar with tribal rules. I want to say this. Leith is so embarrassed. There is always a way to give the money for the main house to the mistress, the guilt of painting. He hesitated. As a result, Tyros nodded directly. I haven't said it yet. Dilith was shocked. Look into his eyes. Hope to see something else. But no. Tilos's eyes were as calm as ever. Delise only saw herself in his eyes. His eyes are too clean. So much so that Dillis was in his eyes. They are the cleanest and flawless. Dillis covered herself silently. Thumping little heart. And Tylos touched Dilith's head. Snake is smart. I can do it. Hey, Dilith flies hand rub. Can you give all your gold to Kino? Let him rise to fingerprints? Tilos retracts his hand at the speed of light. Just turn around and leave. You can help him upgrade to fingerprints. Tilos keeps walking. Delise catches up. Tilos pushed him away with his tail and kept walking. Dilith catches up again. Tilos pushed him away again with his tail. Not negotiable. But if I were in the tribe, being bullied by a significant other, what should I do? You can't beat the leader. So we let me protect you. But sometimes violence doesn't solve problems. Yes, I will be in white soon. Dillis was speechless for a while. Dillis is very angry. I don't want you anymore. I will help Kino upgrade by myself. So Tilos decisively agreed. Dillis secretly delighted. Something's been pinched. Back to the female resting place. Captain Wolf and Rachel are also there. Several females surrounded them and said something. See, Dillis is back. Rachel wants to come over, but seeing Tilos withdraw his feet again, Dillis asked Kino what was wrong. Nox was there listening. Because I know some secrets about plants. So he got a few orcs missing. The team leader sends a team to find it, then a female suddenly screams. Dillis conditioned to look over. I saw the female dancing with the violent beast pattern on her belly. The beast pattern is disappearing little by little. The disappearance of the mark is a significant other death. Then several more females screamed. The animal marks on their bodies have also disappeared. The vanishing beast pattern refers to the same orcs that went missing today. Death is what Dilith could have expected. But why are you dying now? Those orcs are long gone. The wolf team leader sent a team to find it again. Dillis would love to remind them not to go it alone. But worried about exposing him, he didn't say it in the end. Nox moved his mouth. What do you want to say? Look at Dillis. I didn't say it in the end. Dillis patted Kino on the shoulder. Kino, I hope you don't wrong yourself. Do what you love. Kino couldn't believe his ears. Dilith smiled. Big eyes bent into crescent moons. Focused on looking at Kino's more than 2 meters. The big man with swordsmanship is like a boy at this time. I look around in a daze. Finally, from the broken white hairy hair, 2 trembling white ears emerge. Dillis, call me Cece. Tilo's snake tail is stirring again. Dillis called me immediately. But you can't call me Little Snake. The little snake is exclusive to Tilos. Tilo's snake tail is wagging happily. Nox took a few quick breaths again. A bronzed face. Even the ears have grown into black and red silk. Dillis looked at him tenderly. Nox couldn't help it. Hold Dillis tight, thank you. I won't let you down, Go ahead. Kino joins the team searching for the missing orcs. Go with the team to find the bodies of the missing orcs. Go. Sometimes Dillis will scold himself for nothing. But Dillis still does it after scolding. World-related rules. The strong are king. Survival comes first. In order to survive, he can even eat his own siblings. What else can he do to survive? Hey, Keno. To make me a relationship. You have to cheer. I kept finding the afternoon. It's time to move on. The body of the missing orc was brought back. Kino and the others went to the fields first. As a result, a few vines were found there. Fell on the tree. A shriveled corpse. It looks like he was bled to death. These dead orcs have significant others. And those single orcs couldn't find a single one. Not even corpses. Loss of significant other females, looking at significant other bodies. Too scared to approach. Holding significant other pain far away. Of course, there are also those who don't cry, but this has nothing to do with Delise. But I'm more concerned about being hungry. Plus, I haven't moved my muscles and bones for many days. Dillis has itchy hands. Get Tilos and Kino to go hunting. It's dangerous to be stopped outside Dillis by Rachel. Females can't go out. This isn't the first time Rachel has stopped him. Almost every day when Dilys goes out to explore, Rachel had to stop him. Dilys is so annoying, although I know Rachel is all for the tribal order. But he has a lot of food as a saint. To hide their food intake, I don't dare to eat more in front of the tribe. So hungry, he really needs to sneak out for dinner. My significant others are strong. They will be responsible for protecting me. I'm sure you've heard the recent disappearance of people. Dilys, it's dangerous out there. The males can't protect themselves yet. What about females? I suggest you stay in the cave. Help. He couldn't explain it to Rachel. Let him be a wayward female. Dilys just walked over Rachel with a cold face. Run out of the cave quickly. Telos and Kino followed silently. Of course the female can't be rescued without coming out. But this little female, Dilys, is particularly willful. I can't persuade at all. The three beasts quickly identify a murderer. There's Kino and Telos. Dilys hardly needs a shot. Take down a murderer soon. Kino gave the insemination to Dilys. Wait, Dilys suddenly noticed a problem. If Kino and Telos hunt together... Dilys glanced guiltily at Tylos. See him looking as usual. Tempting to hand insemination to Kino. Telos turned his head slightly. I don't see my tail. Bad mood. Heart is a little sour. Telos simply closes his eyes. Dilys smiles. Feed the fright into Kino's mouth. Kino was a little shocked. A pair of round nonsense. Staring stupidly at Dilys. I didn't understand what Dilys meant for a while. Dilys chuckled. Nox. Your rank for the Ruxer tribe. A little low, plus we've been in so much danger lately. I hope you can protect yourself more. But Kino didn't fight as Dilys imagined. The white tiger's head drooped slightly. The tail is about to drop to the ground. Nox spits out insemination. Dilys insisted on inseminating him. Nox shook his head, half animal silk. Thank you. But males are on their own. Don't worry, I'll be able to fingerprint soon. Nox turned into a beast after he finished speaking. The after-sales service went out with a sound to the sky. Dilys blinked. He had thought that Tyros would not be willing. But I didn't expect the end. It's anger that rejects itself. He turns around. Telos is bestial. Support your head with a snake tail. Howling and looking at Dilys. Dilys' brain skipped a beat. Take the insemination and hand it over, then you eat it. Telos slapped his tail away in fright. Startled and flew into the grass and disappeared. Very prodigal, that's news. Dilys hurried to the grass to find her frightened. And he was carried back by Telos' snake tail. His upper body becomes a human. Cool and cool, say dirty, don't eat it. Just wash it, it's fine, a little soil doesn't matter. Dilys struggled to get down. Turns out Tyros said Nox was dirty. Deliston was stumped. Why is this guy so jealous? To ensure their own safety. Nox is in Telos. Hunting within perceptual range. Recipients above the text can perceive a certain range. No sensory perception required. It's more like a spider-like thing. Now Dilith is studying the plants on the ground. So in a moment, Dilith has known a lot of grasses. Most of them are herbivorous plants. And I've seen some females eat this stuff. The expression is still so sour when eating. So Dilith looked solemn. Solemnly put the grass in his mouth for a second. In 2 seconds, Dilith's face gradually turned ugly. He rolled his eyes uncontrollably. Up, very up. The next second is a charge. Spit the grass far away and turn into a beast. Rolling wildly on the ground, la 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 la. The little holy temple just tasted a herb. It turns into a spicy beast and rolls on the ground. Dilys patted on the ground. Telos was startled. The snaketail grabs Dilith's abdomen. I'm going to give him a snake man to induce vomiting. The result has not been acted yet. Dilys broke herself into a snake stick again. Lying on the ground motionless. Telos' shocked eyes grew a lot bigger. He looked at Dilys. Look at the wrinkles on your body. Dilys is still alive and Telos has a snake in his mouth. She carefully poked Dilys with her fingernails. Dilys still didn't move. And here's Kino with the feathers on his head. He ran over happily with a nest of eggs. She shouted, but she didn't see Dilys respond. He was taken aback. It's okay to look down at the beast pattern on your body. Dilys is still alive. 2 males look at each other silently. They all looked at Dilys. Ross sticks out the snake tail. Pick up the snake stick, Dilith. Dilys went soft again. He opened his mouth. Turned into a human shape while spitting out snake nature. Also comes with a vivid lotus root, this grass. Telos understands it and sweeps his tail. The grass on the stone is all gone and tastes good. Dilys looked back at the empty stone. Lost in thought, Telos has a blue dragon face in his eyes. Picked a few times to the side. Dilys, take a deep breath, it's okay. He just stepped on a little more and just stepped on a new one. Telos took the grass away again while he wasn't paying attention. Dilys rides Telos angrily. Crazy, pulling his hair. Grit your teeth and don't throw it. Don't throw it, hear no Telos. Telos didn't give in. You will feel bad if you eat him. I'm spicy and uncomfortable, so Dilith just called Kino together. I seasoned the 2 beasts myself. Popular science knowledge, and decided to go back to the barbecue later. Just test the power of this grass, because it is a grass that neither orcs nor females like. So this grass has no name. Dillis just gave him a name. It's called spicy grass. The spicy taste of spicy grass is not simply spicy, kind of like mustard, but not as good as mustard. It also has a little sour taste of fruit. The overall taste is a bit appetizing, but because Dillis hasn't eaten spicy food in 2 years. So when I just ate it, it was almost so spicy that the cerebellum shrank, but it's kind of addictive to savor it. Dillis decisively stepped on a lot of spicy grass, stuffed into the anti-aging of Telos. At this point, Kino finally got a chance to show off his eggs. This nest of eggs, it's the egg of the beast that Kino just chased. Although I don't know this year, why can a chicken also become a beast? But the service of that giant chicken. This nest of eggs is also extra big. It's the size of Dillis's head. Daleth decisively took over the nest of eggs. Rushed to Nox before the sun fully rises. Go kill a few more beasts to practice the spine. Daleth also took advantage of this time. Try another grass. The second kind of entrance sour smell, like an overnight dish that has been broken for days. Dillis almost really threw up. The third type of grass cannot be eaten, but this grass has a thick rhizome. Dilith squeezed a little out of it. Green branches and leaves tasted a little sweet. It's a little bit like matcha, but only a little. The overall taste is very weak. You can eat it to relieve boredom. Dillis named him matcha grass. But grass rots easily. The anti-aging of Telos is not suitable for preservation. Dilith only stepped on a few and kept it long. Candace tasted the lipstick spirit of Baikao with Shenong. Tasted all the grass she had never eaten or seen. After several twists, crawls, and rolls. Only spicy grass is missing. It can be used as a seasoning plant, but she was content to find one. The sun is gradually rising. Dilith began to sweat. She called Kino back. Nox ran back covered in blood. With the pheasant she just chased in her mouth. Carrying a beast that evolved from the oil road on its back. These 2 beasts are barely enough for the 3 beasts of Dillis. Eat a meal of food. Dillis asked Kino if there was any more. Nox nodded and pointed in one direction. Telos went to retrieve the remaining prey. Vicious beast, because of the hands of Kino and Telos. They're full of prey. So Dillis walks back with them. Gather with the orcs responsible for hunting. Dillis uses snakes to make rope. String 2 prey to Kino's back. Nox has another one in his mouth. Tylos drags a huge prey in one hand. Holding the 3rd generation dome in the other hand, bag for giant eggs. It's a snake fading made by Dillis. Shoulder bag, it's Dillis' turn. Instead, there's nothing for him to take. To make myself seem less monotonous, Dillis took the Telos generation dome. Lots of prey around here, but most of them are beasts. Ordinary beasts are hard to meet. But this place is just at the foot of the mountain. There is still some distance from the mountains. This phenomenon has to cause the animal to move, but you may not even be able to eat. When full, this doubt is nothing. Dilith returns to the big team. Almost every orc is full of beasts. Prey seems to be many, but it was also just enough for the entire team of orcs to eat a meal. This means that when they leave at night, the orcs have to come out for a hunt. I'm going back to the city next, because the orcs are full of food. Instead, there are no free orcs. You can take Dillis with you. The team leader is a little embarrassed. Dillis says nothing. I'm pretty fast. You can go. I can keep up. The squad leader was skeptical. Konoban Dillis speaking, Captain. We'll take care of our significant others. Just go back to the cave. It's an honor to say so. This squad leader is no longer talking nonsense. Gave an order. The orcs began to run back. Lore has prey on his back and under his feet. But there's still room for Dillis with a squeeze. Lore will fall to Dillis. I'll take you back. There's still room on my back for you to sit. Although Lore has been careful, but the wind is still strong when he flaps his wings. Dillis was slapped with a mouthful of leaves. Dillis, a meal. He quickly waved his hand to indicate that it was okay. The orcs have almost run away. Dillis, they're at the end of the line. Too lazy to explain too much. Dillis decided to tell them directly with action. He can, and he goes right into his little bag. Run at full speed. The speed of the humanoid is naturally not as fast as the speed of the serpent, but snakes are inherently agile creatures. Even if you become humanoid, the speed will drop a lot. But to catch up with the orcs, Dillis is still more than enough speed. But he didn't want to be the best. Just silently chasing the end of the line. The orcs at the end of the line can't help but frequently look at Dillis. They had never seen a female snake before. It turns out that snake females can run so fast. Telos and Nogan. After Dillis, help him break off. When I see an orc, I always look at Dillis. Tylos threatens to be a snake. The orcs dare not look anymore. Finally back to the cave. I don't know if I'm tired or sunburned. Dilith ran all over her face. Red, sweat with a feminine scent runs down the cheeks. Drop by drop on the ground of the cave. Many orcs looked over curiously. An orc took Dillis. The thing about running back with the team, said the whispers that caused the orcs. An extroverted orc came straight up and complimented Dillis. Dillis, you are the fastest magnet I have ever seen. It doesn't lose to males at all. Why is that? Even if you often hunt with your significant others. It's hard to be so fast. Dilith is currently recovering from herself, huge bags all over the place. After listening to his answer that his face is not red and his heart is not beating, he exercised more with Dilith's permission. Kino only left enough for 3 meals. The rest were given to the team. In the words of Kino, This is to gag the mouths of the team with prey. Wolf leaders disagree with females going out, fear that females are in danger. However, Dillith was determined to go out, but it sets a bad example for the team. In order to avoid bad messages from the team, also to avoid other females following suit, not expressed to the team leader by giving away prey. Their significant others do not deter the males from hunting. After all, even with significant others. And the harvest of Telos is far greater than the team average. The team leader was also inspired by this. In order to prevent any females from imitating Dillith in the future, the wolf leader simply announced, if the female is to leave the safe zone of the team's paintbrush, then his male must get on the foot. Two prey for exchange, and the team is not responsible for the accident of the female. Everyone's decision on the wolf leader is meaningless. Breakfast has started. Kino is still the cooking responsibility of the family. It's just that today is different. There are eggs today. Dillith recalls the modern practice. Dig a hole in the area where they cook and put the eggs. Go in and lay stones around the hole. Spread branches and licorice. Then light it up. Nox packs his prey. Wear it on the branch and start roasting. Leith pulls spicy grass from the anti-aging of Tylos. Kino gave him a stone to use as a bowl. He used another stone as a hammer. Dillith herself smashed the spicy grass into juice. Spread a little spicy on your own barbecue. Grass for a while. The smell of spicy grass wafts out. The surrounding orcs, including Dillith. Can't stop sneezing. Telos was the first to run out. Dillith choked too. But he choked and was happy that the roast was finally ready. Dillith calls Tylos to come to dinner. Telos didn't move. The spicy grass at the mouth of the cave is still very strong, especially after being roasted by fire. The smell of spicy grass is choking. Telos, who has an unusually sensitive sense of smell, is suspected of being injured. Would rather die in the sun. I don't want to go back to the hole and be choked to death. Dillith's hungry stomach growled. Forget about Telos. Pick up that spicy fried barbecue by yourself. Just about to put it in my mouth. As a result, it was scalded and retracted from its mouth. Tongue beast, anything is fine. That's not good. I hate the heat. I'm afraid of burning. Is Dillith super eager? Who can understand him? Now I urgently want to eat spicy barbecue. The smell suddenly reminded Dillith of Malatang. Why do women like Malatang? Because he's numb, spicy, and hot. But Dillith can't eat hot food now. Only warm and spicy food. It was so painful that Dillith ran to the hole with the barbecue. The provoked Tylos drifted a few meters away in an instant. He even buried his head in the grass. So exaggerated, Dillith swung the barbecue stick, trying to cool the barbecue down quickly. It finally cooled down. Dillith, have a taste right now. The sour and spicy taste is perfect. This is life. Dillith's eyes were red. He chews, learning to be moved by spicy barbecue. Dillith suddenly laughed. Take a bite of the barbecue and run over to Telos. Telos, look at my mouth. Telos took his snake head from, pulled out of the grass. Look at Dillith. Dillith's snake eats spicy food for the first time. The mouth has been turned red from spicy. Telos doesn't understand. Why is Dillith's mouth suddenly so red? Curious, closer look. Suddenly, Dillith suddenly kissed his mouth. Pushed the roast meat in his mouth. Telos was stunned for a moment. Eyes instantly turned into tree ketones. It seems that he finally reacted and ate spicy grass in his mouth. He quickly spit the roast meat out of his mouth. Vomiting snake nature. The snake's head pointed hard as if coughing. Dillith grinned very happily. Snake beasts are born, a race that lacks a little facial nerve. So Dillith's face, always a little smirky. This looks like this in the eyes of Telos, filled with ridicule. So the proud Tyros got angry. Take out the spicy grass from the anti-aging and put it in your mouth. Chew in front of Dillith. Dillith thought he was trying to prove himself. Just wanted to take care of Telos' sense of taste. As a result, Telos suddenly scooped Dillith's head. Feed the spicy grass in her mouth to Dillith. Bad, bad. Telos learns from Dillith. Chew spicy grass in your mouth. Then kiss Dillith while he's not being kissed. The snake itself is a cold-blooded animal. Can't stand this diarrhea. The two snakes turned into snake sticks. Lying on the ground and twitching, Kino was grilling meat happily at the entrance of the cave. For Kino, making beds and barbecues for significant others, it's the happiest thing for him. And making clothes for significant others. But the job of making clothes was taken care of by Telos. So Nox can only make beds and barbecues for significant others. Kino side barbecue, while looking at the two beasts waxed into snake sticks from time to time. Think about it, or put the spicy grass on Dillith's meat. Orcs because of their keen senses. So I don't like exciting food. But look at how delicious Dillith eats. Kino couldn't help but sniff, then he choked and coughed twice. But he thinks, Dillith likes to eat. There must be his reason. Spicy fried food must have its benefits. So Kino summoned his courage. Spread a little spicy stir-fry on my own barbecue. Tasted it. Take the barbecue out of your mouth in the next second. Be brave or waste food. Crazy struggle between two things. Outside the cave, Dilly slowly got up. See Hasha munching on barbecue. Running back to the cave, he saw a piece cooked. Barbecue smeared with spicy sauce. Heart move. Pick up the roast with your free hand. Tasted it, boil the red and roast, and then put it more delicious. Love has a feeling of being dipped in white vinegar and mustard, but only a little bit won't hurt too much. It's really just the right amount. Perfect. Dillith squinted in delight. Nox watched Dillith enjoy it so much. The conscience began to struggle. He still finds significant others. That means spicy grass must be delicious.